Hi, my name's Mr. May and I'm going to talk to you just briefly about tutoring in the sixth form at Holland Park School. Your tutor is a really important part of your sixth form career, and we as a school are really proud of our tutoring provision for sixth form students here. Fundamentally, you'll have 4 mornings a week where you have half an hour with your tutor. The other half an hour slot on the 5th day will be taken up with assembly, which everyone in school partakes in once a week. That's a really exciting and extraordinary experience, but you'll experience that when you get here. I want to focus on those other 4 mornings. They're vertical groups that you'll be in. And in practice, that means that some of the students are in year 12 and some of the students are in year 13. We think that's really important because it gives a mixture of perspectives and experiences. And we find that year 13 students can help year 12 students navigate the first year of their sixth form career and start thinking ahead. And also that year 12 students, purely by existing, often give our year 13 students pause for thought, and they think, I wish I'd done that in year 12 and I'm giving you this advice, and actually I need to give that advice to myself as well. So those 4 mornings will be half an hour slots. One of the things we do in those morning slots is PSHC. That's a sort of widening of your education in terms of social, cultural, current affairs, moral, political, all of these ideas will come into that. Those mornings will involve some debates, some discussions, and we hope they're quite lively. That's always what we're trying to encourage. And if you've got a disagreement on a piece of current affairs, something that you've seen in a newspaper or on Metro or the Evening Standard, if the tubes go back to normal, then we want those discussions to be lively, and we want to create and nurture sixth form students who are passionate about the world and what's happening in it. Tutor time is a really important part of creating that. And as part of that, one of the things we try and teach, as it were, in that tutor time each morning is an understanding of the real world by giving you information that will help you when you leave school and leave this sixth form environment. That might be things like careers, and we'll give you a sense of what careers are out there, how you get there, and we'll try and bring people into school who can help talk you through that and help you navigate those choices. They're complicated ones, and it's not just as simple as, what do I study at university, where do I go to university, do I go to university? It's much more complex. It's how do I actually get to where I want to be, and how do I work out where I might want to be? As well as that, we'll try and give you advice and guidance in our tutor time about things like finances. So just recently, as part of my distance provision for my own sixth form tutor group, I did a little video about what tax is. It's a baffling thing and nobody ever quite bothers to tell you. And that's one of the things we hope we can cover. More generally, your tutor is a kind of academic mentor to you. So your tutor will, on occasion, look at your workbooks in all of your different subjects. And they might say, okay, your English workbook is looking really good. You're on top of your notes, your essays. You've responded to all of your teacher's marking. I can clearly see you're getting better at English. But I'm a bit worried about what's happening in your psychology book. Maybe actually things aren't going quite so well though. Or maybe it's your maths book. And actually, you're not really making progress. And I can see that the teacher's given you some guidance. You're not really following up on that. Let's make sure we do something about that. So your teacher is a kind of academic mentor to you as well. And as part of that, all of the sixth form tutors have their own ideas and experience about revision and study skills, and we'll share that with you. And it might be that we can recommend to you a whole host of different approaches to revision and studying independently, and try and support you through trying each of those in turn until you find, actually, it's this thing that works for me. And especially each time as we head towards the examination season, we'll try and give you advice about what particular ways of revising are useful. And what I always try and do is say, actually, just reading the textbook through isn't really going to count as revision. You need to do something a little bit more active and a little bit more engaged. So just recently, for example, before schools closed, I talked to my own tutor group about my personal revision preference, which was always using post-it notes and covering my room in post-it notes of little quotations, little things I needed to remember, facts, statistics, whatever it might be. I showed my tutees that, and it helped them get a sense of maybe that could be something they could try. But more importantly, I wanted to show them the breadth and the range of all of the different options that they've got. With study and revision, yes, it's about hard work, but it's also about clever work, and it's about finding what works for you. And our job as tutors is to help you find that and to help you through that discovery. There is also, of course, the obvious glaring thing, the whole UCAS personal statement, university choices aspect. And of course, that is where your sixth form tutor is vital. And sixth form tutors are all armed and equipped with expertise, knowledge, experience, and know-how on all of that. And where I am in school is just by the sixth form area of the library, the sixth form study centre. And these walls have some exemplar personal statements in various different subjects. And they've also got reading lists in various different subjects. Books you might try, things that might make you think, things that might end up being incorporated in your personal statement. You can also see a few of the books listed on those reading lists are here as well. So when it comes to personal statements in UCAS, that's of course part of our job as tutors, is to guide you through all of that. And we're quite proud of the time that tutors take, myself included, to work with students to help get their personal statements there. I had one particular incident in September of 2019 in which I spent about 4 hours in my classroom working through this one particular student's personal statement because we just couldn't quite get it there. We got it there eventually, and he got offers from a number of pretty high-powered universities, so the time was worth it, but it was a lot of time. That's what tutors are there for, though. We're not just someone you see at 8:30 in the morning on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're people you can pop into and ask a little question and say, "Sir, I've actually been reading this and it's made me think that maybe I might want to study history rather than English. Could you point me in the direction of some other books?" Or, "Actually, I've just finished reading this play and it made me really cross. What should I read? I feel like I'm angry about something. What should I read next? What should I discover next? How can I perhaps find a public lecture to attend that will help me get more ideas? How can I perhaps apply for a summer school that will further my thoughts on this and help me understand whether studying law is really going to be what I want to do for 3 years of my life?" Those informal aspects of tutoring are vital too. And all of our sixth form tutors are warm, friendly, encouraging people. We're not there to browbeat you over this piece of work or that piece of work, although we will if we need to. Our job is to provide you with support and encouragement, and to give you a framework of warmth and a strong, professional but friendly working relationship that will help you succeed as far as you can.